Good morning. Thank you all for joining. We'll get started in just a moment. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are presenting or providing testimony before the board. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the city of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce, Chair of the Boston Licensing Board. Today I'm also joined by Commissioner Kiana Saxon and Commissioner Liam Curran.
Thank you. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly if you will be presenting before the board this morning. I will call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. You'll make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following questions, there will be an opportunity for testimony, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. For members of the general public wishing to testify, please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. Begin with the first item on this morning's agenda, calling item number 1, Dolvero LLC, doing business as Dolvero LLC, located at 210 Hanover Street, has applied for a common victualler license to be exercised on the above. The 3,800 square foot premises span 3 floors and a lower level, with a kitchen prep area, freezer, cooler, and restrooms on the lower level, a kitchen, oven, pizza prep area, and seating for 30 on the first floor, seating for 40, and an additional kitchen on the second floor, and accessory office space on the third floor. Manager Charles Terrell. Hours of operation 5 a.m. to midnight. Attorney John Meridian. Attorney Meridian?
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Good morning. John Meridian, Rudolph Friedman on behalf of Dolvero LLC. With me is Charles Terrell. I believe he's on the main agenda. We're applying for a common victual license at 210 Hanover Street. This location was previously licensed as a restaurant with full alcohol. Our operation is just going to be a food common victual license, no alcohol, no entertainment. Serving breakfast and pizza. The requested hours are 5 a.m. to midnight daily with seating for 70 people. And also I asked the board to consider approving conditionally a request for takeout service. We are working with ISD and zoning to get the appropriate approval. So if approved, if we could put a condition on there as well that takeout be approved on condition that we present zoning approvals. So with that, I'll have any questions you may have. I believe Charles is with me to take any questions as well.
Thanks. So the hours are 5 a.m. to midnight?
Yes.
Wait, you're not serving dinner, or are you?
Yeah, it's all day breakfast and pizza.
Oh, all day breakfast and pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't have plans to apply for an alcohol license
Correct.
at this time, or is that not part of your business plan at all?
No, it's not part of the business plan.
Okay. All right, thank you. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon?
I have no questions, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
I'll go first. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Gabriela Ramirez here on behalf of Boston City Councilor Gabriela Coletta Zapata's office. At this time, the council would like to go on the record in support of this proposal.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 2, Qdoba Company Restaurants LLC, doing business as Qdoba Mexican Eats, located at 279 Massachusetts Ave. Holder of a common victualler license has petitioned to change the closing hours of the licensed premises, from currently 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. to 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. with a Friday and Saturday closing hour of 12 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Roger Palmer, I'm district manager responsible for the restaurant. We are just proposing to change our business operation hours from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. and Fridays and Saturdays at midnight.
Okay, thank you. So that would just be 1 extra hour. 10 to 10, from 10 to 10 to 10:30. Oh, Friday and Saturday to midnight. Okay.
Yeah, we open at 10:30 a.m. We close at 10 p.m. Now we are requesting to close at 11 p.m. and then Fridays and Saturdays at midnight. So it's 1 extra hour for the weekdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 2 extra hours at midnight.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your staffing operations on Friday and Saturday. How many people do you have on staff?
We do have about like 6 people working on the restaurant. So it's 2 people in the kitchen, 4 in front with the manager on duty. It's most of those hours it's support the colleges and universities around. So we have Berkeley, we have Northeastern University, and also Boston Symphony, which is next door from us. So we are kind of trying to accommodate the last minute people that is leaving the shows or students that are around and on the area.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon?
No questions at this time.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Mr. Secretary and Commissioners, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This application for a change of hours was presented to the Fenway Civic Association, which has submitted a letter to the board. They support the hours extension to 11 p.m. They are not supportive of an extension to 12 midnight. They feel that an 11 p.m. closure matches the hours of the surrounding restaurants. And with that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
I have a question for ONS.
Yes, sir.
Anything about abutters? Just
Abutters submitted no comments to our office.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any further questions from the board? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you. Calling item number 3, Farah Enterprises, Inc., doing business as Domino's Pizza, located at 277 Main Street in Charlestown. Holder of a common victular license has petitioned to change the closing hours of the licensed business. Currently, the hours are 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. The requested change is 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
My name is Bill Mohan, M-O-H-A-N, licensing and permitting consultant, working with Domino's Pizza, most of their franchises in and around Boston. This is the third franchisor, joined by Mohammed Bai, who is the president of Enterprises. He owns 2 franchises, one in Cambridge and this one in Charlestown. We had our neighborhood meeting on January 7th. There was no opposition noted at that meeting. We had several people when we passed around our petition, our flyers that his Office of Neighborhood Services provided. Several people said, "Well, why are you only going to go till 1 o'clock? Why don't you go to 2 or 3?" And 3 has been the norm. I appeared before this board in 2025, 3 different franchises: South Boston, Mattapan, and Jamaica Plain, all to 3 o'clock. But Mohammed likes to do things slow and easy, little at a time. So we're looking for 1 o'clock closing. Domino's makes its reputation by just saying we deliver. We have off-street parking. We do not impact the parking or the traffic on the only traffic we provide is our drivers. Taking about 95% of our business is delivery. We have no seats, and we think we like to say we're providing a service. Who buys pizza at 1 o'clock in the morning? Well, first responders, police, fire, ambulance. You never know when they're gonna eat. Nursing homes, hospitals. It's not surprising that one of our biggest clients is Spalding Rehab down the street. We have made a reputation. This is the third franchisor at this site that I've represented of giving back to the community. I think we run a good business. We think we can handle the 1 o'clock with no problem at all. We ask for your support.
Thanks, Bill. Again, same question. Moving from an 11 p.m. closing to 1 a.m., are you staffing up? Is there additional staff required?
There'll be additional staff. It's been a family-run franchise up to this point, but it's becoming very successful and additional staff. In fact, we have 5 drivers that we employ right now. But that will be expanded by the 2 hours. So we're bringing additional jobs to the community.
Thank you. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon, any questions?
Not at this time. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
C. Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. Good morning again. The applicant has community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting at which no comments were made. Our office received 2 letters of opposition in response to the flyering that were forwarded to the board on January 15th. With that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Yes. I'm Matt Moran. I'm a butter, live at 2 Salem Street. Myself and at least 3 or 4 other neighbors tried to the original meeting. We were frozen out into a waiting room. It was very frustrating. There's at least 4 or 5 people right here, immediate abutters and neighbors who are very opposed.
Thank you.
Okay.
Chairman, do you have any questions? Sorry, were you going to ask a question?
I was just going to ask, can someone tell me a little bit more about this meeting? I don't have the opposition in front of me.
I'm not aware of any opposition as well. There was no opposition at that meeting on January 7th.
So
Yeah,
he said he was frozen out of the room or something?
I have no idea.
Yes, we couldn't access the Zoom meeting. We were all left isolated conveniently in a waiting room. 4 of us that I'm aware of.
Is ONS on here? Can they speak to it?
Well, just to let you know, Madam Chair, we distributed approximately 175 flyers to the neighborhood, and no one has come into the store say that they object. No one has contacted me or the owner, anybody connected with that domino. It's a total surprise to us.
Okay. Mr. Moran, can you explain a little bit more about your opposition?
Well, yes, I've lived here for the extent of, I think the Domino's had entered into an agreement when I bought the house, and they were not in operation yet. As soon as they became operable, the traffic and congestion was just it was ridiculous. There are industrial trucks that deliver all their supplies, huge 18-wheelers at 3, 4 in the morning, and their original response was to objections as to that is, well, we can't do it any other time because it's such a congested neighborhood. The drivers are coming in and out and making illegal U-turns all over the place. I'm amazed no one's been struck and seriously hurt. I know of at least 4 other immediate. Again, I've been here since 2012. and Edward Mason at 4 Salem Street, Jillian Woods at 273 Main Street, and a couple others had all been frozen out in the previous Zoom meeting with me. We never got this far. And it's an inappropriate location for the restaurant in the first place, but that horse has left the barn a long time ago. But for it to continued hours and continued activity and continued deliveries is just insane when you look at the congestion and amount of density and that urban space on Main Street and Salem Street. And it's still a residential neighborhood, theoretically, for those of us who live here. And they probably should have located that down in the industrial areas by the waterfront on Medford Street in the first place. It should never be on Main Street since they don't have seating. It doesn't really add anything to the local immediate neighborhood. It's a business that just flies in and out with drivers constantly. And it's actually a real public health hazard.
Thank you, Mr. Moran. That is over your 2 minutes. I will just ask, are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
I can just for a moment. When we moved in, and this was well over a decade ago, we've run a successful business. We support regularly attending the elderly, giving back to the community. We've never had a problem there. When we moved in, there were people that said, well, you know, Main Street is very, very dark at night. At least we're going to have some lighting here. And no more than 2 weeks later, a young lady ran into our building that she just gotten off the bus. Someone was following her. And we were the only place that was open with lights. She came in, we called the police. The police escorted her home safely. Just being open and having if somebody had to run in, we're here. We park off the street, and we try to deliver when it's safe and easy to deliver. A delivery takes no more than 20 minutes. They're gone.
Are the deliveries, do they use your private parking spots or are they parking on the street?
No, they park right in front, so it's easier and faster to just right in the door and right into the cooler, and off they go. And it's not an 18-wheeler.
What kind of truck is it?
It's a small truck. It's the 18-wheelers are the ones that are on the highways. The 18-wheelers, Domino's, do not come down the Main Street.
Okay. If that continues to be a problem, is there a possibility of having deliveries made not on the Main Street?
If if you believe that if you want us to ask the delivery person to park off the street and then come across the street with the delivery, that's fine, we'll do it.
I'm not asking you that right now. I'm asking, is that a possibility? It sounds like the neighbors, one of their complaints is that there's deliveries during the day on this busy street, perhaps obstructing traffic. I don't know.
No.
You're saying you have your own private parking for your delivery drivers. So my question to you is that private parking available for your delivery drivers, the deliveries that are there to drop off product to your store? I'm just asking.
The deliveries are not done during the day. They're always done after hours when there's adequate parking right in front of the store.
Okay.
Get it into the cooler and get out of there.
Okay.
And I think every business does that.
Yeah, so they're done really late at night and they make a huge racket with ramps and lowering of tailgates. And again, these are, if they're not 18-wheelers, you tell me how many they have, but they're highway type trucks. So is it 16 wheels? because they're a hell of a lot better than bigger than any U-Haul I've ever rented.
Thank you. Mr. Mann, the delivery of product to the licensed premise is not the subject of this hearing. But you are encouraged to submit any thoughts you may have to the board in writing. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board?
No.
Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Calling item number 4, DE Foods LLC, doing business as Kentucky Fried Chicken, located at 30 North Beacon Street in Alston. Holder of a common victualer's license has petitioned to change the operating hours from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. to 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
It's me and Alice Gomes, the Director of Operation, and I also have the District Manager, Ricardo Lima. We currently open until 11, and we asking the community to support us on extending 1 extra hour. And basically, that 1 hour extra is resume on digital only. That store is heavy in digital. We don't have a lot of foot traffic around that time, but we do have a heavy weight of delivery past 10 o'clock. So we'll think to consider extended hours, and that also, limited more hours for our employees that's crying for necessary extra paycheck boost week by week. So we are considered to extend our operation for 1 more hour.
Thank you very much. I don't have any questions for you right now, but I might have questions after public testimony.
Same for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant has completed the community process. Our office oversaw distribution of an informational flyer to abutters, which solicited 1 letter of support that was forwarded to the board. The applicant met with the Alston Civic Association, which is supporting this application. With that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a hand raised from Samantha Courage. You may please provide your testimony as well.
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. Sam Courage from Councilor Sharon Durkin's office. The councilors in support of this change. We have not received any complaints or concerns regarding the 1 hour extension. We appreciate your time. Thanks.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will, are there any further questions from the board on this matter? Following testimony? Great, then the board will take this matter under advisement as well. Thank you. Calling item number 5, 17 to 33 Winter Street LLC, located at 17 to 33 Winter Street, has applied for an in-holder no alcohol license to be exercised on the above. The premises consists of a commercial fitness center in the basement and sub-basement, existing retail and lobby on the first floor, and 36 total lodging rooms on the floors 2 through 5 for 98 total lodgers. Manager Craig Minoff, who's present on behalf of the applicant.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Nick Zazula, McDermott, Quilty, Miller, and Hanley, 28 State Street in Boston. Here on behalf of the applicant, 17-33 Winter Street LLC. With me today is Morris Nagar, who is the longtime property owner of 6 Hamilton / 17-33 Winter Street. Also with me today is his counsel, Adam Rowe, as well as Casa Living Inc. Folks who will be the manager of the proposed hotel at the property. Brian Ritter is with me today. He's the Senior Director of Real Estate for Casa, as well as Craig Minoff, who's their Chief Product Officer and Head of Company Operations. He's also the proposed Manager of Record on the application. We did provide an in-depth presentation and materials before the hearing today, but just to provide a high-level overview for the board, this is currently the Conrad building, which is located between Park Street and Downtown Crossing. It's on Hamilton Place, which dead ends at the Orpheum Theater in the corner mall, and it's right adjacent to Suffolk Law School. It's recently been utilized as more of an apartment-style building by Healing Homes of Boston under agreement with Morris and his entity. Those apartments were registered and licensed with ISD as kind of short-term rentals for hospital stays and patients in the area of our great hospital system. And the proposal in front of the board today, though, is to actually turn it into more of a formal hotel property, 36 rooms. These are, of course, fully furnished and family friendly with actually pretty large bedroom counts for traveling families, including 4 1 beds, 14 2 beds, 6 3 beds, and 12 4 beds. And as everyone I'm sure is aware, finding units of this size or even hotel rooms next to each other in the city of Boston adjoining is pretty difficult. So this is really a unique opportunity that Morris is proposing to really provide some family-friendly accommodations for folks visiting the city. It will be, of course, rebranded under Casa. Casa is the nation's preeminent apartment hotel management company. So they will manage the hotel. They are a very experienced operator. They use technology-enabled hospitality, and that provides large hotel rooms, again, as I just mentioned, for families at sensible prices. And they really kind of provide the best parts of both a traditional hotel and kind of that Airbnb setup, meaning professional cleaning, safe and secure experience, professionally managed, but also large rooms for families, sensible prices. They also do a lot of self-directed check-in, digital experiences, and things of that nature. Casa, again, is very experienced. They manage over 80 properties across 40 cities all over the country, including very similar properties like this in urban areas. I know that the mayor's office will speak to this, but we did engage in extensive outreach on this application. There is no alcohol, no liquor license involved. Again, this is just for a lodging house to transition this into a more of a formal hotel property. But we did meet with the Downtown Boston Alliance and the Downtown Boston Neighborhood Association, both in January in the past few weeks. Both are supportive. We held our Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services a butter meeting a few weeks ago, for the most part, very well received. And we also did a bunch of individual abutter outreach with our neighbors. And we did submit to the board a letter of support from Suffolk University, which again is right across Hamilton Place, which is a dead-end street right next to their law school. So happy to pause here. Again, myself, Morris, Brian, Craig are all very happy to answer any questions that you may have. So thank you.
Thank you. We'll see if there are any questions on the board at this time.
Yes, I do have some questions. Given this particular location, I'm looking over your presentation. It's very heavy on the self-verification, self-check-in using AI technology. Tell me about the staffing and security at this location.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I see Brian nodding his head again. Brian's with Casa. They're going to manage it, and he can give a short answer to that question. Brian, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Kathleen and all. Our staffing here is we're going to have a strong on-site presence between Casa employees, our housekeeping contractors who use our systems, and then obviously asset management by the owner, Morris Nagar, who's in town and is extremely hands-on. We also have a dedicated 24/7 guest services team, so you can text, WhatsApp, call, email at any time, and we'll answer. And a dedicated 24/7 trust and safety team. What that trust and safety team does is they monitor our on-site hardware, and so that includes noise and decibel sensors in every unit, smoke sensors, which monitor for THC or cigarette smoke, Wi-Fi occupancy detectors in case there are too many people in a room relative to what we expect, along with monitoring keypads for regular entry. And so all of our guests, to your point, are required to submit a photograph of valid ID and then a selfie. And then we use that AI tech to verify that you're who you say you are. We also run a criminal background check on every single guest of ours. And that's the same criminal background check that 12-month renters use if you're renting an apartment in Boston and Downtown Crossing for some of these institutional owners. So as a result, we've been able to achieve a 91% reduced trust and safety incident versus, one-off Airbnb owners. And we also have the #1 ranked hotels on TripAdvisor in the same apartment hotel location in Austin, San Diego, Chicago, a couple other big cities. We're all from Massachusetts. We want to be in Boston. This would be our first property and our flagship here. So we'd be excited to do it.
Okay, more specifically, are there human beings, security staff there, and what are their hours?
They are there. They are not there 24/7. Our understanding is it's not required by zoning, but the on-site staffing will include CASA employees who will be staggered, let's say an average of 1 to 2 to 2.5, even depending on our staffing load here, of CASA employees, third-party housekeepers who aren't employed by CASA, but they're engaged by CASA and they use all our systems. We consider them team members to an extent. And then furthermore, asset management by the owner, Morris Nagar.
Okay, again, just a little bit more specific. This particular location, um, are there security people there at night?
Not necessarily 24/7. No.
Okay, what is the staffing model for
The
human
staffing model
security
will probably,
staff overnight? Like if I was so let's say I'm there with my family and I'm getting off Park Street Station and walking down the street and I have my three kids because I'm visiting someone in the hospital. I have a picture ID and I'm waiting and there's no security there to let me in. It's all by AI.
a keypad entry. So you would have a code. And by the way, you would have filled out the instructions for how to get into the property well before you arrive. So you would have a code on your phone and pictures on exactly where to go. You get off at Park Street, you walk this way, you take a right. Here's where the box is to type in your code. Here's what the entrance looks like. Here's how you get to your room. So keypad entry is the short story. And you'll have filled out all of that information in advance and you'll be able to get in. Like access and cleanliness are the two things we're like
My
most
concern
focused
is
on.
not so much your guests. My concern is their safety, but like other people loitering out front. What if your guest is trying to get in and somebody, tries to get in and piggyback off of them and tries to get through? What happens?
We have cameras outside. We're monitoring the property. We have a lot of functionality, and we've proven the ability to not necessarily have to have 24/7 staffing and achieve an extremely safe outcome. Like the safety of our guests is like 100% the priority here. Very familiar with that location and that Park Street location. Think it's frankly improved a lot in the,
So the 24/7 trust and safety team, let's say you're monitoring your cameras and there's people loitering out front. Maybe there's a bar getting out. Maybe someone
Yep.
just like, decides to hang out there for overnight. How long does it take your 24/7 trust and safety team to get there to, do you call the police first or what are you doing?
Yeah, we'll have engaged third parties, whether it's police or whether it's third party contractors to deal with those folks as relevant.
Okay, I'm concerned most with your guests' safety, so that's the lens that I'm looking
100%.
this through. Um,
100%, as are we.
I guess I just don't have a good understanding about what happens if there's an emergency.
Brian, if I may, Madam Chair, I think there's the the first defense and the second defense layers of the technology and the protocols that Brian and his team have put in place in all these other facilities that include urban environments. So there is the technology aspect of it, but also layered on with the in-person, again, not necessarily having somebody there 24/7 in a traditional hotel, right? Like a lobby concierge staff. But, I guess what Madam Chair is asking, Brian, is let's say that there is an alert that happens to the front door or something from our trust and safety team and our monitoring, right? What is the call? Do we have a third party security team that would then come to address that in person? I think that's, if I'm getting at it correct, Madam Chair, you're
Yeah,
asking.
maybe I didn't phrase the question well. And also, like, how many hours a week is your manager of record there on site?
Well, approximately two employees who will be there, 8 hours a day. We engage with private security companies at all of our urban locations. Okay, so we operate in downtown Detroit, a 45 unit apartment hotel asset, very similar in complexion to this. And downtown Detroit, just between all of us, is a much more challenged location than Park Street or Fume Theater. We can engage with private security. We, of course, call the police if there's anything untoward or we think criminal activity is happening or we suspect it is happening. And so we will have those third-party private security contractors available and on call. And in periods of big games or if something's going on at the Common or there's a protest at like the State House or something. We will
So,
certainly have them engaged in there.
okay, is Craig here, the manager?
Yeah, sure. Craig, feel free to jump in.
He is on, yes, Madam Chair. Again, he's the manager of record in the application. Our understanding is he'll be there on a regular basis. I don't know if we have I don't know what the hourly requirement is. Obviously, I know it for a liquor license, but there's no liquor license here. It's just.
No, I understand. I'm just trying to understand I'm trying to understand the staffing model. He is responsible, Craig Minoff. How many hours a week? Does he manage other places? Does he do rounds? Does he live nearby? How often does he check the place? These are questions we ask lots of lodging houses, hotels that come before us. So I feel like I'm not understanding the business model, so that's why I'm asking more specific questions. I know you do this in other cities. I'm concerned about how this is done in Boston. You can't really compare, you know, I don't know what these other cities, but I'm more concerned about how you're operating in Boston. So how
Absolutely.
often is Craig there?
So, hi folks, I'm Craig. I live at 22 Peters in Cambridge, Massachusetts, just over the bridge. Um, so the way we typically approach matters of security on site are through a tiered system, meaning we have the on-site team that Brian referenced, which is there primarily during peak business hours, and we have the most inflow and outflow from the building. You can imagine that's during check-ins in the evenings as well as especially during weekends. Beyond that, we have private security contracted so that in the event of there being an incident, we can have those folks on site, typically in relatively short order. And then Brian mentioned in the case of what we call highest severity escalation, that's when we're invoking the police to avoid having a team member of ours be involved in a dangerous situation. In terms of commitments to be on site, I live very close by. My intention, especially during this initial transition phase, since Boston is a new market for us, is to spend more time being there, present, and understanding how the safety and wellness of our guests are being accommodated, as well as how the overall operations are running, since this is going to be a new market for us to operate in. As Brian mentioned, we do operate in lots of other urban contexts, whether it's Los Angeles, Seattle, Chicago, San Diego, Detroit. There's plenty of other cities in which we've operated, and we typically apply that same three-tiered approach where there's an on-site staff available during the majority of check-ins. So the vast majority of guests are able to interact with a human being who's there, since most guests are checking in between the hours of, let's call it 4 and 10 p.m. And then for the small number of guests who may be operating or maybe arriving or departing during odd hours, while it is a self-service context, we do have those two layers of support available to them, in addition to the cameras and sensors that are available to supplement that eyes and ears on the ground.
Is there a minimum stay requirement or a maximum?
Those are typically determined by the circumstances of the property, and they vary based on time of year, so and time of week. So in general, on weekends we'll typically have a slightly longer length of stay requirement, so to avoid one-night stays and try and minimize any risk of parties or bad behavior. And then the length of stay on the other side tends to be determined based on market demand and market dynamics. So I would say my intention is that we'd likely allow for one-night stays in the majority of circumstances. However, our average length of stay across our portfolio is closer to 4 nights, and it's typically, especially at apartment style like this, most guests aren't seeking out an apartment for one night. They'll seek out a standard hotel. So usually if you have 1, 2, 3 bedroom apartments, these are folks staying for multiple nights, maybe for a week long, whether it's a medical or professional engagement in the area. Our length of stay do tend to be longer than a traditional hotel, which also reduces the risk level since folks are there for longer periods of time and typically also spending more money on that reservation since it's a bigger commitment.
So can people book it for 30 nights at a time?
In markets where that is permissible under the regulations, we allow for lengths of stay of that duration. Since some guests, are there for either an internship or an extended medical procedure or, a contract with an employer, or being relocated to work, or maybe their house is, going through some sort of construction or incident. So we have cases in which guests are staying 1, 2, 3 months at other properties. But again, we want to make sure that everything is compliant with the hotel regulations in this environment.
Specifically here will be listed on Furnished Finder and NestPick and the places that nurses and folks like that in the area would come, and we would love to be found there by those types of demand segments. 30 days.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions. Commissioners?
I guess the chair's discussion kind of struck me with a question, which is for you guys, if you could share at all, have you done any kind of legal analysis as far as this staffing model and existing like law and case law in Massachusetts regarding in-holder liability with like especially with regard to security?
I can speak, I mean, we haven't done any in-depth in terms of the legal liability other than to, again, Mr. Carr, understand that this is going to be registered as a hotel and will comply with all those requirements. We can certainly dig into that further. But I'm sure that
it just seems to me like that with a model like this, which is like we've been seeing more and more of like these lean staffing models, but to my ear, this seems like the leanest we've heard so far.
I think that I think as Craig had mentioned, Mr. Carmen, there's a lot of layers here. And I do think the technology aspect is certainly part of that, but is almost always especially during peak hours and during, check-in, check-out housekeeping, there more often than not is going to be somebody here, whether it's from asset management from Morris. Again, Morris has owned this property for many, many years and is well known in the neighborhood. And he wouldn't be honestly, for lack of a better phrase, hurting his reputation in the neighborhood by not bringing on a team that he feels comfortable with because he's there every day. And so I do think, to assuage some of the comments and questions from Madam Chair and from you, Mr. Karan, there is going to be a lot of layers here. Yeah, technology is a huge part of that, but I would say much more often than not, somebody, whether it's Craig, somebody from housekeeping staff, somebody from trust and safety, or somebody from asset management is going to be there. More often than not, there's going to be somebody on maintenance, somebody on the property at all times. You're not going to walk in and just have nobody there. There will be somebody there. I just think the model is such that technology and the trust and safety aspects are much more forward than they would be in another situation. So from a legal standpoint, we're pretty confident that the security measures comply, and CASA, again, is operating in a lot of other major cities that are bigger than Boston. But understanding how to work in this environment, I do think that, we're happy to have further discussions on this with the board after opening and to see how things work, et cetera, right? Understanding that this, may be a more of a newer model. But again, I just think to drill down, there is going to be somebody there at a certain layer almost all times of the day and night. And if they're not, there are these technology things. Like, I mean, I've never heard of, I have two kids, they're younger. If I'm coming and visiting and I'm hearing that, hey, there's noise monitors, THC monitors, cigarette monitors, things like that, where within a few minutes, somebody is going to be able to notice that. And then these people who are staying in that specific room will get notified to, hey, calm down. It's 10 o'clock. You're being too loud. Or, hey, we noticed there's cigarette, I actually think I feel more safe in this building than I would in a normal hotel, where you're going to have somebody not, some, overnight staff member who's not going to know what the heck to do and not want to deal with the confrontation. Again, personally, when I heard about this business model, I actually feel more comfortable based on all the technology, knowing that they have these, things in place. I do understand the board's questions as to having a brick and mortar actual person being there where you can deal with. And I do think that layer is there. But I do think that it's, in tandem with this technological layer. So hopefully, not trying to beat around the bush, I do think we're compliant, and I do think that we can look into that further to make sure. And I also think that I know the board does appreciate folks coming back or providing information post-opening. We're happy to do that as well if the board would like that.
Nick, and I just would add, hi, Morris Nagar. We renovated the property in 2014 and built 27 of these apartments. Previously, it was office space, so we did the apartment conversion in 2014. So for the past 12 years, it's been somewhat of one level of hospitality or another living style. But I think moving to an in-holders keeper's license, it's a more formal approach, more regulations, and I think it's a little stricter, which is better for the owners and the landlord. We've been working diligently with the BID, the Boston Alliance, to keep the streets of Hamilton Place lit and safe. There are BID ambassadors that are always walking around for safety, but we're very active in downtown Crossing, and making it a better place to live and shop and work. But I think this is a level higher than what we've had in the past 12 years, for exactly for security and reasons of that such.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
oh, go
my
ahead.
understanding that being, an inn, essentially a hotel, carries with it certain expectations under the common law as far as security for the guests. And so I'm just curious if you guys could share, a legal memoranda or anything like that. I don't know if it exists or anything like that, but because I'm not fully versed in it, and I think this raises issues. Essentially you're telling us that technology is going to replace humans here. Um, and so I'm just skeptical of that. So if you could share anything, I would be interested. That's all I mean. So that's all I have.
I mean, I don't think there's been an employee presence during the past 12 years. So it's always been this some type of license or hospitality, or before when Airbnb was legal, prior to 2019. So, and then it became a licensed product. But there's never been like a front desk station model. So I don't think we've had a lot of trouble since for the past 12 years. So I think our record's been pretty good with our safety concerns and our attention to the building.
I guess if I may just share a thought, I can certainly appreciate and understand how it may feel like the intention here is to have technology replace people, and I think the reality as a hospitality company is that we feel in many ways quite the opposite, in that we are using technology to supplement the existence of either the current staffing level or more. And so our view is having eyes and sensors in each unit, though it's not surveillance, it is noise and smoke and lock data. It does allow us to actually have a much tighter grip on operations. And all of this is being processed by human beings, both on site and remote. So the intention is by no means to do away with the human presence, but rather to arm them with more facts and an easier job to actually to police and monitor what's going on site. So the hope here is not to give the impression that whatever staffing level there was is going away, but rather for us to have staffing during the appropriate hours in which guests are checking in and checking out, and for us to rely on additional tools during the periods when there's generally less activity and, as more shared, has historically not produced a huge number of incidents.
How long have you guys used the supplemental technology in other cities? Has it been years or months?
Yep.
How long have
So
you used it?
we're approaching our 10th year of operations as an entity. We have properties, as Brian mentioned, around 80 properties across 20 states, with over 3,000 units. And these technologies are tried and true. And we're very proud of our safety record relative to other multifamily operators doing short-term rentals. And also, obviously, compared to mom and pop Airbnb owner operators, it's just a much safer and tighter operation because we do things like require a guest to submit their ID, match that to a selfie, run them through a background check. It's a much higher level of security and rigor than, frankly, most short-term rental operators, and certainly casual short-term rental operators do. And even compared to many hotels where you hand over an ID and a credit card, none of that's being run through a formal system in most contexts. So we do that well in advance. If there is a risk flagged, the reservation is canceled. We have an extensive history of guests who, have tried to do bad things and they're not able to stay with any Casa locations nationwide. So, our intention here is to really minimize risk along every dimension possible, both proactively and reactively, trying to avoid any problem from arriving, and then when it does, triaging and responding appropriately as the situation requires.
And I would also add, just specifically, Kiana, I've been at Casa 4+ years, and we've had our technology and systems are always getting better, but in effect, the same tools that we just outlined the entire 4 years I've been here. So, Craig, you've been there longer, perhaps even, our entire 10-year history, we've been getting better. But this core set of tools, at least 4 years, if not longer.
Thank you. Are there any further questions from the board before we move to testimony? Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. I can confirm that this proposal did go through a community process. It had an abutters meeting on Monday, February 2nd of this year, and it was well attended for the downtown neighborhood. A lot of community members were in support of this proposal. A lot of local businesses encouraged the business or the vacationers that this proposal would bring to the neighborhood, and we're happy to see it revitalize the downtown. And the proposal was also in contact with the Downtown Boston Neighborhood Association, and they do not have a problem with this proposal, and they're happy to provide support for it.
Thank you, Eva. I see Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office with the hands raised. You may please provide your testimony.
Hi, my name's Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support due to a good community process and feedback from the Downtown Boston Neighborhood Association and Suffolk University. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Any further questions from the board following testimony? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Calling item number 6, Cheesecake Factory Restaurants, Inc., doing business as the Cheesecake Factory, located at 115 Huntington Ave. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Catherine Bagley to Catherine McKiernan. Attorney Tyler Hensler. Attorney Hensler.
Thank you, Secretary Green. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Tyler Hensler from Upton, Canal, and Devlin for a change of manager for the Cheesecake Factory. The new manager will be Catherine McKiernan. She is a U.S. citizen, a Massachusetts resident. She's familiar with the rules and regulations related to the sale and service of alcohol of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth. And she has experience in the industry, having been a manager at the Cheesecake Factory since 2011. With that, we're happy to take any questions. Thank you.
My only question is Catherine here?
Yes, I see her on
I saw her earlier.
Yes, I am here.
Oh, sorry. Yep, you're right there. Thank you. With that, I have no questions. Commissioners?
No questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 7, Morton's of Chicago, Boston Seaport LLC, doing business as Morton's Steakhouse, located at 2 Seaport Lane. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Louis Langer to Gary Boss, who is present on behalf of the applicant. I do see.
Yeah, Gary Boss here.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Boss. 4 simple questions. Are you a citizen?
I am.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
I am.
What is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I've been with Morton's of Chicago for approximately 28 years, and prior to that, I was with That Bay Restaurant Groups for additional 4 years.
Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of our board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. With that, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take. Oh, sorry. Ashley, you may please provide your testimony on behalf of the counselor.
Hi, my name's Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much. Calling item number 8, GRNA GRB of Ma LLC, doing business as Gordon Ramsay Burger, located at 120 John F. Fitzgerald Surface Road. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Michael Grigioni to Kyle Gill. Attorney Neil Mooney. Attorney Mooney.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Chairman, members of the board. Attorney Neil Mooney, Hurwitz, Richard, and Sensabaugh in North Reading, representing Gordon Ramsay Burger. I'm here with the proposed new manager, Mr. Kyle Gill. Just very briefly regarding Kyle's background. He's worked at Gordon Ramsay Burger since last November. He has over 10 years of restaurant experience prior to that, including working as a manager in 3 other licensed establishments. He is a U.S. citizen and a resident of the Commonwealth, and I believe he's prepared to answer in the affirmative to all the board's four required questions. And we're happy to entertain any other questions the board or anyone present may have as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I do see Mr. Gill. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Gill, what is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I've been a manager of 3 different concepts for the last 10 years. So I just joined with Gordon Ramsay Burger in November. I'm the general manager here. I've been a general manager for Brinker International for Chili's. I was a GM there for 4 years. So.
And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes.
Great. With that, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not, thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing on the board, we'll take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling items 9 and 10 together, Shawmut Hudson LLC, doing business as Trillium, located at 401 Park Drive, holder of 2 licenses, a Farmer Series 19H pouring permit and a Farmer Series Section 19E pouring permit, has petitioned to change the manager of both licenses from Brandon Thomas Keating to Adam Kuto. Attorney Tyler Hensler. Attorney Hensler.
Thank you again, Secretary Green. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Tyler Hensler for Shawmut Hudson LLC. This is Trillium Spenway location for a change of manager to Adam Kuto. Adam is here, and he is a U.S. citizen, a Massachusetts resident. He is familiar with the rules and regulations related to the sale and service of alcohol of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth, and he has experience in the industry, having served as resort beverage manager and director of food and beverage at Capital Properties on Cape Cod before coming to Trillium. As Secretary Green mentioned, change of managers applications have been filed not only on the pouring license or licenses at this location, but on the CV license as well. So I don't know if that's on the agenda today, but that's also in process, so they'll be in full compliance. With that, we're happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Kuto. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not, thank you.
No questions. Thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on these 2 matters, number 9 and 10? Seeing none, the board will take these under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item 11, CT Eatery LLC, doing business as Urban Wild, located at 100 Hood Park Drive in Charlestown, holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Peter Simonelli to Corey Berman. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the licensee before you this morning, seeking to change the manager to Corey Berman. Corey is a U.S. citizen, lives in Somerville, Massachusetts, has been engaged in management of licensed premises since for over 10 years, including Stephanie's on Tremont, Stephanie's on Newbury, Fin Point on Broad Street in Boston, and at this site in Charlestown, and two jobs as general manager of tradesmen and general manager of Urban Wild, this licensee. So he's extensive experience in the business, is familiar with the rules and regulations of the board and the laws of the Commonwealth with regard to sale and service of alcohol, and we certainly stand by for any of your questions this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Berman. I see you there. With that, I have no questions. Commissioners?
No questions, thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 12, American Multi-Cinema, Inc., doing business as AMC Theaters, Boston Common 19 at 175 Tremont Street, holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Caitlin Richards to Samuel Muchiri, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
Good morning, Selena Udon, manager of alcohol licensing for American Multi-Cinema. We are looking to change the manager from Caitlin Richards to Samuel Muchiri. There will be no changes to the theater operations or changes at the corporate level in Leawood, Kansas. Sam is here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. Let me just see. There you are. Thank you.
I'm here.
I'm just going to go over the 4 questions again, if you wouldn't mind answering them. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Are you a resident of the Commonwealth?
Yes.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes.
And are you familiar with our rules and regulations and that of the ABCC as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. I have no questions, commissioners.
No questions. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement.
Oh, I had my hand up. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Ashley, go ahead.
Yeah, Ashley from Counselor Flynn's office. Counselor Flynn would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Then the board will take this under advisement. Calling item 13, American Multi-Cinemas, Inc., doing business as AMC Theaters, located at 100 Legends Way. Holder of a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Samuel Muchiri to Anthony Clayton, who's present on behalf of the applicant.
Selena O'Don again, manager of alcohol and licensing. We like to change the manager from Samuel Muchiri to Anthony Clayton. There will be no changes at the theater operations or at the corporate level in Leawood, Kansas. Anthony Clayton is present for any question.
Thank you, attorney. Thank you, Mr. Clayton, for joining us. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Are you a resident of the Commonwealth?
Yes.
What is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I've been with AMC as a manager for 7 years and have been in the restaurant industry as well.
Are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, with that, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions, thanks.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much. Calling items 14 and 15, Basho Fenway Ventures LLC, doing business as Basho Japanese Restaurant and Lounge, located at 1330 Boylston Street, and HLC Group Enterprises LLC, doing business as Duzo, located at 131 Dartmouth Street. Holders of 2 common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages licenses have petitioned for a change of ownership interest, for a change of LLC manager, and have both petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Kuo Tai Jack Huang to Chia Chen Chow, who is present on behalf of the applicants.
That would be me, Ryan Clemens of Rivera Israel and Weiner, located at 255 State Street. Thank you, Attorney Green, and good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. Here on behalf of Basho and Dozo, as Attorney Green mentioned, and with me this morning is the proposed co-owner, LLC manager, and manager of record, Cha-Chen Jenny Chow, and Jessica Hill for the applicants. As you also mentioned, we are here seeking the following approvals for both Basho and Dozo: change of LLC manager, change of officers, and change of ownership interests. And since they're essentially the same transactions, address them at the same time. These applications follow the previously licensed manager, LLC manager, and member for both entities, Kuo Tai Jack Huang's unexpected passing in 2024. After the estate processes, his wife Jenny has taken over Jack's roles, positions, and membership interests in both of the licensed entities, and these applications serves as the paperwork to elect her role at both restaurants. And so next, I'll provide a brief overview of Jenny's experience as detailed in the applications. Jenny is a U.S. citizen and Commonwealth resident and has over 25 years of experience in the food and beverage industry as a restaurant managing director, and has been a managing director of both Dozo and Basho since their inceptions in 2005 and 2010, respectively. Applying her education and expertise in restaurants, business admin, and finance management, Jenny's work at the licensees includes overseeing their operations, training their employees, and working with suppliers, also needing the familiarity with the rules and regulations of the City of Boston Licensing Board and the ABCC on the sale and service of alcoholic beverages. And unless Jenny has anything to add to the foregoing, thank you for your consideration, and we're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, attorney. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Chow. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
None, thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? I do see a hand from Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. You may please go ahead.
Thank you, Ashley from Counselor Flynn's office. Counselor Flynn would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on these two items? The board will take these under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 16, Clover Ventures LLC, doing business as Bostonia Public House located at 131 State Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change of ownership interest. Attorney Dawson Cooper. Attorney Cooper.
Good morning, Dawson Cooper here of Upton, Cannell, and Devlin on behalf of Clover Ventures LLC. Clover Ventures is applying for a change of ownership interest. Previously disclosed and approved member of the licensee, Kimberly Steinley Vaughn, has purchased 100% of John Fitzgerald's 5% ownership interest. John Fitzgerald is no longer an owner or member of the licensee, and Kimberly's total membership interest has increased from 10% to 15%. Operationally, nothing will be changing at the location. With that, happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you. Calling item number 17, Locali Inc., doing business as Little Sage, located at 350 to 352 Hanover Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license has petitioned to change the classification of its license to a restricted all alcoholic beverages license pursuant to the authority contained in Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 12D. Attorney Jeffrey Drago. Attorney Drago.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, commissioners, Attorney Jeff Drago with Drago and Toscano, with an address of 11 Beacon Street, here on behalf of Locali Inc., doing business as Little Sage. And with me, I have the owner and manager of record, Jennifer Matarazza, on the call as well. We are seeking a restricted all alcohol license. Currently, Locali Inc. or Little Sage is holding a beer, wine, and cordials license 7-day a week. And we're seeking the same 7-day license for an all alcohol. Just by way of background, Jen and myself were one of the first applicants for an unrestricted license back in September of 2024. We went through a full community process. As part of that process, appeared before the board, had the support of both civic associations as well. This was voted on to support, but there were no licenses available. Her business has expanded over the last 10 years. She's remodeled, expanded seating capacity as well. And so there was a strong public need for her patrons to have all alcohol with food. So that's why when the legislation came about, we applied in the hopes of obtaining a license sooner. Jennifer is a U.S. citizen, a resident of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and familiar with the rules and regulations of sale and service of alcohol of both the Boston Licensing Board and the ABCC. The hours of operation are 11 p.m., and that's where we're asking to keep on site as well. And with that, I can pause for any questions that the board may have.
Thank you. No questions. My only comment is we're happy to see these upgrade applications in. So thank you.
Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services regarding 350 to 352 Hanover Street. Our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 7/10/24 that was not attended by any North End community members. The proposal was also reviewed by the North End Waterfront Neighborhood Council and the North End Waterfront Residents Association, in which both voted yes to support. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much, Eva. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Gabriela Ramirez here on behalf of Boston City Councilor Gabriela Coletta Zapata's office. At this time, the council would like to go on the record in support of this proposal.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 18, Altamira Banquets LLC, doing business as Mi Pueblito Orient Heights, located at 964 Saratoga Street in East Boston. Holder of a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages with a Coors license, has petitioned to change the classification to a restricted all alcoholic beverages license pursuant to the authority contained in Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, Section 12D. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon.
Morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green, Kristen Scanlon for the licensee. With us today is also the owner and manager of record, Altamira Carpio, for this particular location. The application before you to upgrade the existing wine, malt, and cordials license to an all alcohol license is for this existing Central American restaurant. As the board is aware, this licensee's application for a new all alcohol license was heard in January of 2025. While that particular license request was not granted to date, it was also not denied for any reason. We believe it's because there was none available to be offered to this particular applicant licensee at that time. While we understand under the new language permitting these types of upgrades that public need is presumed if a licensee has held the license for more than a year, we nevertheless respectfully request to incorporate by reference our basis for public need and character and fitness presented at that January 15th, 2025 hearing related to the request for an all alcohol license. This female, minority, and immigrant-owned business has held a license at this location since 2015. She's never had any violations and has been an exemplary licensee and business owner at this location. Prior to the 2025 hearing, we went through a full community process. She was supported by the Orient Heights Neighborhood Council, Councilor Coletta Zapata's office, many neighborhood residents, and even recognized by State Senate for her hard work, dedication, and perseverance in the neighborhood in 2024. That being said, we're certainly happy to answer any questions or address any concerns the board might have regarding this request.
Thank you, Attorney. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
None. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 964 Saratoga Street, our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 11/25/24, which was well attended by the East Boston community, and the feedback was overwhelming support. I've also received a petition in support with 39 signatures, as well as 7 letters in support that have been submitted to the board. The proposal was also reviewed by the Orient Heights Neighborhood Council at their meeting on 11/18/24, which voted to support the proposal as well. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Gabriela here from Councilor Coletta Zapata's office. At this time, the council would like to go on the record in support of this proposal.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item 19, LTF Club Operations Company, Inc., doing business as Lifetime, located at 800 Boylston Street. Holder of a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages with the Coors license has petitioned to change the classification to a restricted all alcoholic beverages license pursuant to the authority contained in Chapter 138, Section 12D. Attorney John Aida. Attorney Aida.
Thank you, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board, John Aida, McDermott, Coldie, Miller, and Hanley, 28 State Street, Boston, on behalf of the licensee. Joining me this morning is Kyle Hollander. Kyle is the manager of record. This is the application we're seeking to change the license category under Mass General Laws 138, Section 12. Lifetime is the newer athletic club and wellness center in the Prudential, which opened this past fall. Initially, Lifetime, although it was their intent to obtain an all alcohol license, was not able to secure one in time. They did, however, purchase and obtain a wine and malt with liqueurs license, which they have been currently operating since the fall. Due to the continued customer demand and keeping in line with our business model at their other locations, Lifetime is seeking the upgrade, which will improve the guest experience. Their other licensed locations are in Chestnut Hill, Burlington, Framingham, and Peabody. All of those licenses are all alcohol licenses at those locations, and they have no history of violations either here or at those locations. If granted, the flexibility offered with the upgraded license will allow Lifetime to tailor their drink menu and specifically the cocktail menu to better suit the demand for an expanded alcohol service, as well as provide better products. Flavored alcohol, as in liqueurs, tend to be high in sugars. Lifetime wants to offer better options. And with the upgrade, the customers will have expanded offerings as well as more choices than simply the beer and wine. As before, customers will continue to enjoy a healthy meal, a post-workout drink. At the cafe and lounge, they still serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner options, and that will continue to remain the same. The goal here with the upgraded license is to deliver an exceptional guest experience and while keeping in line with our other licensed locations. There are no operational changes requested other than the upgrade of the license itself. We did go through the community process first when the initial wine and malt license was requested, last year, and then again we presented before the neighborhood association, the Back Bay, on January 5th, specifically to address this upgrade as it had been under a year being licensed. No opposition was received at the time. I'm happy to answer any questions, and Kyle Hollander is here as well to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Attorney. You answered all of my questions, and thank you for joining us today, Kyle. With that, I have no additional questions. Commissioners?
No questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Siggy Yatsu with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the community process. They met with the Neighborhood Association of the Back Bay regarding their license upgrade, which is in non-opposition to this application. With that background, our office to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I see Samantha from Councilor Durkin's office with her hand raised. You may please provide your testimony.
Good morning, Chair, Board. This is Samantha from Counselor Sharon Durkin's office. Our office has not received any opposition to this request, as no changes or issues with the use. And so with that, the counselor's in support. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 20, Papari LLC, doing business as Papari Ristorante, located at 358 to 364 Hanover Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license, has petitioned to change the classification of its license to a restricted all alcoholic beverages license, pursuant to the authority contained in Chapter 138, Section 12D. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning to the board. This is Frank Polino, owner of record of Papari Ristorante. Can anybody hear me?
We can hear you, Mr. Polino.
Well, thank you. Thank you to the board. This last we put it together a little over a year ago. We've been over a little over a year. We did apply for the non-restricted full alcohol. We will remain pretty hopeful we would have received it. We made a major investment this area. It's a lot of bit of building shattered for like over 6-7 years. But we're grateful to the legislature. It's changed. We have a nice bar, 10, 12-seat bar. And it's like, I've given other individuals before me how, gorgeous, if that sugar content to make the drinks. It will be a big financial help to be able to offer, I guess, our clientele regular alcohol, without having all the sugar involved. It will be a great help and help us financially, obviously, to stay in business to the staff as well. That's it. And of course, I've been in business in 1991, own my own restaurants in Marblehead. Been up there for 50 plus years. And I've worked in this neighborhood since 1977. I was a 15-year-old child. I cooked in the restaurants. But I'm quite not here. But anyways, that's our history. I've had full experience in the restaurants, and we'll remain hopeful that we will hopefully be upgraded to a full alcohol restricted, and we would surrender our beer and wine cordials. Same hours, no changes. Same occupancy, no changes. Any questions?
Thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. Very helpful. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 358 to 364 Hanover Street, our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 10/8/24 that was not attended by any North End community members. The feedback from this meeting was non-existent, but the proposal was also reviewed by NURA and on 9/24/24, as well as NUNIC on their meeting at 6/26/24, and have provided a letter of support. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Eva. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Yes, Gabriela Ramirez here on behalf of Boston City Councilor Gabriela Cordes Zapata's office. At this time, the council would like to go on the record in support of this proposal.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 21, Trident Booksellers, Inc., doing business as Trident Booksellers, located at 338 Newbury Street, holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages license, has petitioned for a change of stock interest. Secondly, has petitioned for a change of officers and directors. And finally, has petitioned to change the classification of its license to a restricted all alcoholic beverages license, pursuant to the authority contained in Chapter 138, Section 12D. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning. Hello, my name is Kimberly Flynn. I'm here on behalf of Trident Booksellers and Cafe as a member of the board. Alongside here, I have co-owner Courtney Flynn as well. We are requesting an update to our board of directors, stock interest, and the license classification to an all alcohol beverage license. I'll just start with a quick bit about us. Trident has served the Back Bay for over 40 years, operating continuously on Newbury Street. In 2024, we are awarded the Legacy Business Award by the City of Boston in recognition of our longstanding contribution to the community, which was a great honor. And although many of you might be familiar with our space, we are a unique hybrid space comprised of an independent bookstore, a full-service restaurant serving breakfast all day, a community gathering space, as well as a small private event venue. We call ourselves a true neighborhood third space where residents, families, students, and visitors gather beyond their home and workspace. We feel the community use of our space is particularly evident in our robust calendar of well-attended events, many of which are free and open to the public. Those events include author talks and book clubs, game nights, workshops, crafts, and many more. With Newbury Street largely dominated by chains and retail shops, we feel that Trident plays a vital role as an accessible community-oriented destination that encourages people to connect and participate in cultural events. So with the support of the Neighborhood Back Bay Association, our goal with the all alcohol license is to directly support the public's experience of our restaurant and community programming by making events feel more complete, immersive, and socially engaging. A full liquor license would allow us to offer a beverage program that customers have come to expect, but of course with our own twist. We'll offer classic brunch cocktails, literary themed signature drinks, as well as expanded hospitality options for events. We do feel it is important to note that our intention here is to enhance an existing community institution. We are not introducing a new nightlife concept. The Trident has a long history as a responsible, well-managed business in Boston. And to that end, we also want to emphasize that we take the responsibility of serving liquor seriously. We're ensuring that our staff and managers are tip certified, as well as updating and implementing clear alcohol service policies that are focused on safe serving, responsible consumption, and compliance with the ABCC and the licensing board expectations. So just to wrap up, we believe the liquor license upgrade will allow us to remain competitive, support long-term sustainability as a small family-owned business, continue serving as a cultural hub for our community, and ultimately contribute positively to the character of Boston and the Back Bay neighborhood. Thank you very much for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Loved seeing your application. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the community process for a license upgrade. They met with the Neighborhood Association of the Back Bay. Our office is not aware of any opposition to this upgrade request. With that background, judgment is deferred to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Samantha from Councilor Durkin's office, I do see your hand raised. You may please provide your testimony.
Thank you, Chair, members of the board. Samantha from Councilor Durkin's office. Our office has also not received any opposition to this upgrade, and with that, our office is in support. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 22, Roslindale Food Mart, Inc., located at 4443 Washington Street in Roslindale. Holder of a retail package store wines and malt beverages license has petitioned to change the category of the licensed business from a retail package store wines and malt beverages to a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Madam Chair and Commissioners. My name's Attorney Anthony Musto. I represent Rosendale Food Mart Incorporated. With me is the president of the corporation, Yaqub Elias, and his son, Adib Elias, who's the manager of Rosendale Food Mart. It's a family-owned business situated at 4443 Washington Street in Rosendale. They've been operating there for over 30 years. They are a convenience store. They offer also lottery products, and they had their beer and wine license approved in 2013. They've been in good standing since then and in compliance. There have been no violations. They have an extensive customer base. A lot of customers are inquiring about whether they sell hard seltzer products. And so, given that the closest outlet that serves hard liquor products is approximately a half mile away, westbound on Washington Street, they're applying so that they can, for this all liquor license, so that they can offer their customers additional products and earn additional revenue. And ultimately, it's a family owned and operated business. So they've been working there. The two sons of the president of the corporation manage and maintain the business. And with that, I'll answer any questions.
Excuse me. Thank you. I don't think I have any questions at this time. Appreciate it. Commissioners?
Not at this time, yet. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify in this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
City Johnson with the Office of Net Services. This applicant completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on December 9th of 2025, at which no comments were made. The West Village Neighborhood Association is also aware of this application. With that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this matter under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item 23, Tandaf Corporation doing business as Old Harbor Market, located at 334 East 8th Street in South Boston, holder of a retail package store wines and malt beverages license, has petitioned to change the category of the licensed business from a retail package store wines and malt beverages to a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon.
Good morning again, Madam Chair, members of the board. Attorney Green, Kristen Scanlon for the licensee. With us this morning is the owner, Fantir Frankie Patel. As you know, the proposal before you is to upgrade the existing beer and wine package store license to include all alcohol or spirits. By way of background, Frankie has owned the market for nearly 3 years. He himself has nearly 20 years of retail experience at other stores, including Jamie's Variety on H Street in South Boston, which he also works at with his family and splits his time between the stores. This particular business, Old Harbor Market on East 8th Street, was previously known as Family Market at this location and has similarly been a market for well over a decade, if not more, at this particular location within the neighborhood. When they took over, they gave it a major facelift with renovations and ultimately added the initial beer and wine license in 2024. Since they've been a licensee, since 2024, they've had no issues to speak of. They've, again, been an exemplary licensee at this location. They are really a quintessential neighborhood market. You can find a little bit of everything in the store, from medicine, dry goods, a little produce, frozen meals, ready-to-go meals, along with the existing beer and wine offerings. They have had customers, similar to the previous application the board just heard, asking a lot for many of the seltzer items that can be found, like High Noon, Sun Cruisers, long drinks, which is part of the reason for the request to upgrade the license. Should this be allowed by the board, the floor plan that the board has on record will not change. What they will do is decrease the amount of beer and wine on the floor to accommodate for items falling in the spirits category. Other than that, the same hours of operation would be in place along with the current store offerings. None of that would be reduced at all with the addition of spirits to the license. We did go through an extensive community process, including an abutters meeting held in December of 2025. It was well attended by over 30 people in strong support. Echoed through most, if not all, the conversations is how friendly and hardworking the owners and store workers are, that they offer a great assortment of products, and they would like to see the spirits added to that. Many people who said they shop there said they visit it several times a week, and the convenience and availability of these options would be welcomed in the neighborhood. We also met with the Dorchester Heights Neighborhood Association just last month, who was also supportive. I believe they submitted a letter of support to the board this morning, and no concerns were raised at that meeting. I know the board is also in receipt of petitions signed in the store, as well as numerous support letters, many pointing out what a benefit the business is to the community, including seniors in the immediately surrounding neighborhood. While there are a couple other full liquor stores nearby, that's what they are. They're simply liquor stores or liquor store combination smoke shop. This is, again, a neighborhood convenience market offering pretty much everything under the sun that you could want in a local neighborhood store. And it's requested by the residents of the neighborhood, where these are in South Boston, kind of microcosms of neighborhoods within larger neighborhoods. And there's a desired convenience aspect of their preferred neighborhood market, which are otherwise lacking in the larger South Boston neighborhood. That being said, happy to answer any questions the board might have.
My one question, when did they get the beer and wine?
In 2024.
I have no questions. Commissioner Cohen and Commissioner Saxon?
Not at this time. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant has completed the process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on December 16th, at which approximately 10 individuals spoke in support of the application. One individual raised a concern about saturation in the area. The applicant met with the Dorchester Heights Neighborhood Association. We're unaware of any concerns from that group. With that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office, I do see your hand raised. You may please provide your testimony.
Thank you, Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support due to a good community process and feedback from neighbors and the Dorchester Heights Neighborhood Association. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I also see a hand raised from Thomas from Senator Collins' office. You may please provide your testimony as well.
Madam Chair, members of the board, Thomas Casper from Senator Collins' office, here to speak in support of this application. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board following the testimony? Seeing none, the board will take this matter under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 24, Elasti Corp. Doing business as Napper Tandy's, located at 4187 to 4195 Washington Street in Roslindale. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to LH Roslindale LLC, doing business as La Hacienda at the same location. Miguel Callejas, manager, 2 a.m. closing hour. The applicant has also petitioned to update the description of the premise as follows. 1-level building with basement. Ground floor holds approximately 2,046 square feet of patron floor space. 3 bathrooms, including 1 handicap accessible bathroom. Kitchen area with 405 square feet. 2 entrances on Washington Street. 2 egresses on Washington Street. And 1 egress at the rear of the building. 2,451 square feet total. Attorney Mark White. Attorney White.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, and Commissioners. Mark White for LH Roslindale LLC. I'm here with proposed manager Miguel Callejas. He's a United States citizen, resident of Massachusetts. He is familiar with the rules and regulations regarding the service and sale of alcohol. This board, the ABCC, and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and he does have extensive experience in the restaurant industry. This is part of the purchase of the building. The transferee will own the building and operate the restaurant out of there. There's no change to operations, no change to hours. Only change here is going to be the concept of the restaurant itself, from Napper Tandy's to La Hacienda, which is a Latin food restaurant. And of course, we could take any questions.
Thank you. And oh, there you are. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Calles. See, this is going to be, oh, same location. Okay. I have no questions at this time. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this matter under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 25, 550 Tremont LLC, doing business as B&G Oysters Limited, located at 550 Tremont Street in Roxbury, holder of a common victualler 7-day wines in malt beverages with liqueurs license, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Clarendon Square Hospitality LLC at the same location. Simca Weller, manager, 1 a.m. closing hour. The applicant has also petitioned to update the description of the premise to in one room on the first floor, kitchen in the rear, storage in the basement, annual year-round outdoor patio on private property for 22 patrons between the hours of 11 a.m. and 11 p.m., 900 square feet on the first floor, 900 square feet in the basement, and 400 square feet on the outdoor patio with 2 entrances and 3 exits. Attorney John Aida. Attorney Aida.
Thank you, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board, John Aida, McDermott, Cody, Miller, and Hanley, on behalf of the applicant, Clarendon Square Hospitality LLC. Joining me is Dr. Simcha Weller. Dr. Weller is the sole manager and member, as well as the proposed manager of record. The applicant here is an affiliate of the landlord, which is actively seeking a permanent tenant and operator of the license at this location. This location previously held B&G Oysters for over 20 years, which was a South End staple. B&G Oysters agreed to transfer this license to the landlord or the landlord's nominee, and in this case, that is the applicant, pursuant to a settlement agreement relating to past due rent and other related matters. Here, you did have a long-standing establishment that recently closed, and we are in front of the board because it is important to the vitality of the neighborhood to keep the restaurant here. There are several area restaurants, and as Dr. Weller may tell you, this is the beginning of this restaurant row here in the South End. And this location has had a restaurant for as long as he's owned the building, which is over 25 years. We are requesting the license transfer now to the special purpose entity, as it will be difficult, if not impossible, to attract a new tenant without having secured that alcohol license for the premise. Once a tenant is secured, which we believe is going to be very soon, we will be back in front of the board on an application to transfer. Dr. Weller is a licensed physician in Massachusetts. He's a neurosurgeon who previously served as the chief of the division of spine surgery at Tufts, and now presently is the medical director and founder of a 501c medical organization. But as it relates to this application, Dr. Weller has experience in that, specifically as the landlord here, having been involved in commercial real estate for 25 plus years. As I mentioned, he did purchase this property 25 years ago. He has been involved in this neighborhood since that time. He's also a landlord to other restaurants, another restaurant in the South End as well as in the North End. And again, although it's not Dr. Weller's intention to operate the license, he will be transferring it as he will be transferring to an incoming tenant. He does meet the qualifications set forth in Mass General Laws, Chapter 138, for a manager of record. In addition to that experience, which I mentioned previously, he is a United States citizen, resident of Massachusetts, and he is familiar with the rules and regulations of the board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as it pertains to the sale and service of alcohol. I'm happy to answer any questions, and Dr. Weller is here as well to answer any questions.
Thank you. Thank you for that explanation. I don't have any questions at this time for you or for Dr. Weller, but when you do come back with the tenant and the next proposed manager of record, we can go through them then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners?
No questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Ashley, you may please provide your testimony on behalf of Councilor Flynn.
Hi, Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 26, CRG License Holdings 2 LLC, located at 17 Union Street. Holder of a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Chillin Union Street LLC, doing business as Tiki Cove at the same location. Solim Ting, manager, 2 a.m. closing hour. The applicant has also petitioned to update the description of the premise to in one U-shaped room on the ground floor, consisting of 2,418 square feet with a 19-seat bar on the entrance side, with bathrooms and kitchen in rear, and the basement level consisting of 3,002 square feet for storage, refrigeration, office, and employee locker room. 5,420 square feet total, with one entrance, 2 exits. Also to include a seasonal April to October outdoor patio on public property along the easterly side of Union Street, approximately 308 square feet, with a closing hour of 10 p.m. Finally, the applicant has petitioned to pledge the license to CRG License Holding 2 LLC. Attorney Carolyn Conway. Attorney Conway.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. I have with me today Mr. Solim Ting. As the board will recognize, he is currently a licensed manager on 2 restaurants in the city of Boston. Jan Nang, high-end Chinese restaurant at 177 Tremont Street. And he is also, along with his wife, the owner of Food House Inc., DBA Friendship Barbecue, which is on Brighton Ave in Brighton. He's the former owner, which was sold, of Hot Eastern, which was on Harrison Avenue in Chinatown. He's looking today to come into the premises at 17 Union in a restaurant called Tiki Cove. Tiki Cove is going to be different for the neighborhood and I think very well received. It's going to be basically a Pan-Asian restaurant with also Hawaiian flair, specializing in small plates, so that we think that the small plates will attract the tourists to the area, the families going to garden events, and also for the neighbors in the North End. The hours of operation are going to be 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. We expect that the full menu will be served all the way up until midnight. And then after midnight up until a little after 1, they will have a smaller menu available. The outdoor patio has been there for many years, and we're just taking that over. The restaurant is getting a cosmetic makeover to reflect the fare that is being offered, and to make sure that it's transformed into a restaurant all the time. We understand the neighborhood, and there is going to be security at the door, and we anticipate that there will be security. Obviously, the patio will be staffed at all times that it is open, and we will have security indoors. But Mr. Ting is looking forward to bringing his particular brand of, as I said, a great mix of Asian food to 217 Union Street. He has also a restaurant right now at 1750 Washington Street, which is Nanjang, which has a CV license for the city that specializes in soup dumplings. It's also an applicant for a beer and wine license currently before the board. It hasn't been voted yet. And we're looking to bring, as I said, an absolute mix of Asian food together with Hawaiian influences, and bring that to the neighborhood down there. So we're available to answer any questions that you might have with respect to this new operation at 17 Union Street.
Thank you, Attorney Conway. Thank you, Mr. Ting, for joining us. Did you cover the manager of record questions in your description of the application?
Well, I did, because he's already manager of record for two licenses currently.
Yep, I heard you say that, but I missed the part about him being the manager of record.
Yeah.
All right, well, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? And the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Calling item number 27, Timeout Market Boston LLC, doing business as Timeout Market, located at 401 Park Drive. holder of a common victual or 7-day alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Fenway Food Hall LLC, doing business as Time Out Market at the same location. Peter Sugarides, manager, 2 a.m. closing hour. The applicant has also petitioned to pledge the license to AREMA Amenities Number 5 LLC. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning again, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the applicant here with us. Mr. Sugarides is on with us this morning. I do want to state at the outset that Mr. Sugarides will be a placeholder manager. This application was put together extremely quickly, as the board certainly is aware, given the public interest in this location. Mr. Sugarides is an executive with Samuels and Associates, who are a large real estate developer, well known to the board in the Fenway neighborhood. And we would like to let you know that they stepped up to the plate, literally and figuratively, to basically jump in when Time Out was going through difficulties and was going to close up. Thanks to that, this location will stay alive and lively, doing the same things that it has been doing there for the years of its operations in the location. The process was, as I suggested, very quickly put together, and I personally would like to thank the Samuels folks for doing so. I'm sure the board feels the same way and the city feels the same way. They want to keep this lively neighborhood gem in business, in operation, and running full time. So the operations remain the same, the size, the hours, the use remain the same. The only change is the new entity, which is the Fenway Food Hall LLC. Again, a single purpose entity formed mostly from Samuels and Associates leadership. We will provide a new manager of record in the near future. In the meantime, Mr. Sugarides, having been basically landlord for numerous restaurant operations throughout the Fenway for many, many years, is familiar with licensing, familiar with the rules and regs of the board, is a U.S. citizen, is a Mass resident. Again, in preparation for being before you today, he personally reached out to the Fenway Civic Association and Councilor Durkin, who were in support of this application and required no meetings. Mayor's Neighborhood Services Office confirmed no outreach was required for corp-to-corp transfer with no changes. And with that, we are very excited to answer your questions and hopefully move this process along to the next step. Thank you very much. And again, Mr. Sugarides is with us if there are any questions for him.
Thank you. Thanks for laying that out for us. I have no questions at this time. Commissioners?
No questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? I do see a hand raised from Samantha from Councilor Durkin's office. You may please go ahead and provide your testimony.
Good morning, Chair, members of the board. Samantha from Councilor Sharon Durkin's office. Typically, we wouldn't speak on managerial changes, but in this case, the councilor has been heavily involved in this process, and we see this as a huge community benefit. We're appreciative of Samuels and the team for stepping in to help keep this neighborhood gem open. We're very excited about this, and with that, the councilor's in support. Thanks so much.
Thanks, yeah.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 28, Dolce Fumo Restaurant Group Corp., doing business as Rabia's Dolce Fumo, located at 71 to 73 Salem Street, holder of a common victual or 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to Little Black Dress LLC, doing business as Little Black Dress, located at Little Black Dress Restaurant, located at 13 to 15 West Street, OB and a CK manager, 2 a.m. closing hour. Premise consists of 4,160 square foot total restaurant space with 2 entrances and 3 exits on 4 levels of space. Basement, first floor, mezzanine level, and second floor. Basement includes multiple storage areas in the front, restrooms and kitchen prep area in the back. First floor includes host area and a lounge cafe area in the front, restroom and main kitchen in the rear. Mezzanine level includes a service and storage area by the stairs, as well as a dining area. And the second floor includes a large open dining area, as well as additional restrooms. The applicant has also petitioned to remove the following condition from the current license. which states malt and wine with liqueur is to be served only in conjunction with meals. Who's present on behalf of the applicant? Great, I do see you. Hang on, I'm just going to ask you to unmute.
Hello.
Good morning. Go ahead.
How y'all doing? Obi Anasike, manager of Little Black Dress LLC. Like Danny Green said, we are applying for a transfer of license over to us from Rabia's Dolce Fumo. We're also looking to change the hours of operation from 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. to be more in line with Mayor Wu and Corinne Reynolds' agenda for nightlife economy in the downtown area. And a change of conditions, as Danny also outlined, to allow us to serve alcohol with and without food. And I am a citizen. Let me pull those questions up. Sorry about that. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a resident of the Commonwealth. I am familiar with the rules and regulations of the City of Boston Licensing Board and the ABCC, and I have 19 years of food and beverage experience. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Happy to see you on our hearing today. I know it's been a long process for you to obtain this license.
Yeah.
With that, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services regarding 13 to 15 West Street. Our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 8/27/25 that was lightly attended by the downtown community. The proposal was also reviewed by the Downtown Boston Alliance, which provided a letter of support, as well as the Downtown Boston Neighborhood Association on 10/20/25. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much. Ashley from Council Flynn's office, I see your hand raised. You may please provide your testimony.
Hi, my name is Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support due to feedback from the Downtown Boston Alliance and Suffolk University. Councilor Flynn respectfully requests that the proponent continue to work with neighbors on any quality of life issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Good morning. My name is Attorney Jack, Jack Milgram, Milgram. My office is located at 21 Mayor Thomas J. McGrath Highway in Quincy, Massachusetts, 02169. I represent 13 and 15 West Street LLC, who are the landlords of this location. I have not had an opportunity to see the applications that have been submitted to this commission. However, I do want to make it clear to this commission that the applicant at this time does not have possession of the location that they're seeking to have the license transferred to. Back in August of 2025, my clients and the applicant executed a lease proposal for the premises. The lease proposal contemplated that subsequently there would be a lease. As of today, there is no lease. The parties don't agree as to why there is no lease, but there is no lease. As a result of that, the applicant filed suit in Suffolk Superior Court against my client. So it would be correct to say that currently this matter is in litigation. Obviously, they're not the property owner. There is no deed. There is no lease. And whether or not there's a legally binding lease proposal is a matter of difference of opinion, which may be decided by the Superior Court 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So it would be the position of my client that at this point the application be denied, because the applicant cannot demonstrate that they have a right to operate in that location in light of the current stage of the litigation.
Thank you, Attorney Milgram. We'll get to you in one moment, Attorney Panabianco. We were provided with a letter of intent from the applicant, which is sufficient to get to this stage. Obviously, a final lease is required to move through the ABCC process. That being said, what you have referenced is news to the board. If you could send that to us in writing so that we have a little more context for the pending litigation that you're referring to, since that has not been shared with us prior to this moment. And
that's why I'm here.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's my
again, if you could provide any of that in writing to licensingboard@boston.gov so that we can have a little more information on what you are speaking to. I did see that Attorney Panabianco's hand was also raised, so
I don't mean to interrupt just because
Go ahead.
you're going to move on to Attorney Panabianco. In light, I know I asked that the application be denied. In light of the fact that I'm being told this morning that the information that I'm providing to you is new, I think probably the correct thing to do instead of outright denying the application would be to defer this commission defer taking any action on the application to give me an opportunity to write to you, and then obviously a further hearing can be scheduled.
Thank you, Attorney Milgram. The board is not voting today. The board is scheduled to vote tomorrow afternoon. The vote could be deferred. The vote could be approved, denied. That will depend on the board's deliberation. And if you want to send us anything prior to the vote, that would be helpful in aiding the board in deliberation.
Thank you.
Thank you to the board. This is Attorney Anthony Panabianco on behalf of the applicant. As the board, of course, knows that a letter of intent signed by the applicant and the landlord can be certification for the proof of occupancy. We have that and you have that. And to give you some background that we'd be more than happy to share in writing for you so you can see. On November 25th, 2025, the court did adjudicate that the lease proposal is binding and that a lease proposal is binding, and relative to this lease proposal, issued an order that the defendants, the landlords, are restrained from interfering in any way with plaintiff, that would be the applicant's use and occupancy of the subject property pursuant to the terms of the lease proposal. So there's a binding order that requires them to be subject to the lease proposal, which you have in front of you, and we're happy to provide that order, which confirms that as well. And we ask that the board vote on that approval, and that's to move this case forward. Thank you so much.
Can I briefly respond to what Attorney Panabianco just told the board?
You know, Attorney, we would like to be able to review everything you guys are talking about instead of having this back and forth.
I understand that.
On this public, hearing.
I understand that.
So why don't you submit everything in writing?
That's fine. I'm just going to state for the record what he just represented to you is not accurate. It's inaccurate. No, I'd be glad to submit something in writing. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything can be submitted to licensingboard@boston.gov. We'll make sure that it is reviewed and shared with the commissioners ahead of any vote. Thank you. Are there any other individuals with us this morning who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board at this time? Board will take this matter under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Calling together items 29 and 30. Siraj Corporation, doing business as El Centro, located at 474 Shawmut Ave in Roxbury, has applied for a common victualler 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license to be exercised on the above 1,600 square feet total on first floor with one main dining area and bar seating, kitchen and rear, one main entrance exit on the corner of Shawmut Ave and West Concord Street with additional emergency exit in the rear, basement for storage and office, 2 seasonal outdoor seating areas, May to October, located on public property with seating for 40, closing hour 10 p.m. Manager Rabiul Islam, interior closing hour 11 p.m. The applicant has simultaneously proposed to change the classification of this license to a restricted all alcoholic beverages license pursuant to the authority contained in Chapter 138, Section 12D. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon.
Good morning again, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green, Kristen Scanlon. For the licensee applicant, signed on with us as well as the owner and previously approved manager of record, Rabi Islam. There are 2 applications before you, as Attorney Green read into the record. One is for a new, may I just pause? I think there's some feedback. Okay. All right, thank you. 2 applications before you this morning regarding this particular licensee. One is for a new license, so to speak, but really to recapture the previous license that was surrendered as a condition to obtaining a neighborhood restricted license that was approved in 2025. And the second being to simultaneously change the category and upgrade that particular license to an all alcohol beverage license. The reason being, as the board is well aware, that the budget language allowing these upgrades for licensees was passed following this particular licensee's approval of the neighborhood restricted license that came along with a condition of surrender of the previously transferable license. Therefore, we are respectfully requesting the board return the previous license
which was transferable to the licensee, as well as asking the board to upgrade the license to all alcohol beverages to return the licensee to its current status quo with no interruption to the licensee's business operations. As far as public need for the license is concerned, we request to incorporate by reference those factors that were presented to the board at the public hearing on January 15th, 2025, which the board subsequently agreed with and found public need for issuance of a license at that point in time. That being said, happy to answer any questions the board might have.
Thank you. Thanks for working this through with us. I have no questions at this time, commissioners.
No questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on these items, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 474 Shawmut Ave, our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 10/30/24 that was well attended by the South End community. The feedback was overwhelming support regarding this. The proposal was also reviewed by the Blackstone Franklin Square Neighborhood Association, and they expressed support and have provided a formal letter of support to the board. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board judgment. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. And just to echo Joe and Joyce's thanks for working with us through this process. Kind of first impression here of this.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 31, the Mendez Table LLC, doing business as Augusto and Baby Sister, located at 1673 to 1679 Washington Street, has applied for a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above 6,364 square feet total, approximately 3,200 square feet on the first floor, consisting of 2 main rooms. One room, 2,100 square foot restaurant side, consists of lounge area, bar area, main dining area, and chef's counter seating area with open kitchen in rear, storage in rear. Second room, 1,100 square foot cafe side, consists of main dining seating area with kitchen area in rear, 3,164 square foot basement for storage and bakery prep, 2 main entrances, exits on Washington Street, and 2 additional exits in the rear of the premises. Manager George Mendez, closing time 12 a.m. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon.
Good morning again. Kristen Scanlon for the applicant. Signed on with us now this afternoon is chef, owner, and proposed manager of record, George Mendez, who is a U.S. citizen and Massachusetts resident. The proposal before the board today is for a new neighborhood restricted all alcohol beverage license for a chef-driven dual concept, which will be known as Augusto and Baby Sister. The restaurant portion will be an open kitchen environment with chef counter, tasting menu, and next door will be a cafe bakery embracing the community for breakfast hours, lunch service, and early dinner service. The location will also have capabilities for cooking classes, workshops, and private events as well. I'd love to turn it over to the chef in a few moments to tell you about his background and for him to elaborate on the concept, but prior to doing so, we'll briefly run through the logistics of the space as well as public need for this particular license. As far as the space itself is concerned, the square footage, as Attorney Green read into the record, is a little over 6,300 square feet, which consists of 2 sides. One, again, will be a restaurant side, which is approximately 2,100 square feet, with a lounge and bar area, main dining area, chef's counter seating area with an open kitchen. And the second side is approximately 1,100 square feet, which will be the cafe side. Each will have its own exterior entrance, but certainly is connected on the inside to accommodate both concepts under one roof and one proposed license. As far as hours of operation are concerned, those are proposed to be daily from 7 a.m. to midnight at this location. As this is an application for a new license for this location, I know that a conversation on public need and character and fitness of the applicant is concerned. And we submit that Chef George Mendez, he is a nationally recognized Michelin star chef with a proven track record of operating successful and well-managed restaurants. In addition to his long-tenured Michelin restaurant, Aldea in New York City, his previous Boston restaurant was respected for its culinary excellence, professionalism, and positive contribution to the city's dining scene. The return of his work to Boston represents a cultural and economic benefit, bringing jobs, sustained foot traffic, and renewed investment in the South End neighborhood of Boston. This is more than just a new, exciting, and elevated dining experience with this dual concept of a restaurant, cafe, bakery, but it also will really serve to revitalize the neighborhood and contribute to the vibrancy and future of the neighborhood. Chef George will not only work in the neighborhood, but lives here. He put down roots here with his family and is committed to the longevity of the business in the neighborhood. This particular location has sat vacant for the past 3 years. It was previously a dry cleaner business for many years. There are, as the board is well aware and the city is well aware, many troubling aspects currently facing this particular neighborhood. And I think those aspects often occur in quieter and darker pockets of the neighborhood that have very little foot traffic, like this particular area. What Chef George is trying to do with this location is seeks to reverse that aspect and also aid in the revitalization and advancement of the connectivity of different parts of the neighborhood, where this particular area is a bit untapped as far as restaurant businesses are concerned. As far as community process goes, we did meet with or host an abutters meeting in September of 2025, which was well attended with strong support from local residents and business owners in the area. We also met with the Blackstone Franklin Neighborhood Organization, and as the board has on record, numerous support letters from nearby and abutting residents, business owners, school leaders. I think upwards of 40 letters, including from Representative John Moran, which also includes another nearby neighborhood organization that took it upon itself to submit its support for this particular applicant. Many of those letters speak intently to the public need for the business and license, and I'd like to point out a few of those and highlight facts that came directly from the mouths of those who live and work in the neighborhood. And I quote, one said, with so many local institutions closing, for example, Starbucks, Walgreens, Render, Sayo, and now Foodies, we must inject new life into the neighborhood now. Another said, George and his partner Suzanne, that they are passionate about making the South End a better place, and it is clear when you meet them that they love being here and want to contribute more. Another said that we are in desperate need of more locally owned businesses, especially restaurants and bakeries. And another said Boston's restaurant scene plays an important role in shaping the city's identity, supporting the local economy, and attracting visitors from across the region and beyond. In this context, I believe Augusto and Baby Sister will make a meaningful contribution. Chef George is truly an exceptional chef, visionary, and intent on the betterment of the neighborhood. And there isn't a single person we spoke to throughout this process that is not excited and looking forward to everything his business will offer to the neighborhood. That being said, I'd like to turn it over to Chef now for a few comments himself.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Kristen, for the lengthy explanation. You really exuded my passion and love for the South End and for my craft. I've been a chef and restaurateur now with over 31 years of experience, and Boston is mine and my family's new home. My daughter was born here, and I live at approximately an 8-minute walk from the proposed business for which we're seeking a license for. It's a very unique concept. It really captures the spirit of who I am as a chef, from a chef's counter, dining area, a lot of interaction with the customers. And then next door, connected to the restaurant, is a cafe bakery that will really embrace the community and provide local residents and visitors with breakfast, lunch, and early dinners. So, being a Boston resident now, I'm really committed to the longevity and the success of my business. I'm very hands-on as a chef. I really love what I do and very passionate about this project. So, I would be happy to answer any questions that anybody on the call may have. But I'm truly excited about this project, and I really looking forward to revitalizing that neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have anything else, Attorney Scanlon?
Not at this time, thank you.
Okay, I'll jump into the manager record questions. Mr. Mendez, are you a citizen?
Yes, I am.
You've already said you live in Massachusetts.
Yes.
You already described your 31 years of experience. The last question is, are you familiar with the rules and regulations of our board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth pertaining to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Thanks. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify in this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services regarding 1673 to 1679 Washington Street. Our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 9/4/25 that was well attended by the South End community and whose feedback was overwhelming support regarding the proposal. It was also reviewed by the Blackstone Franklin Square Civic Association on their meeting on 9/16/25, and the association expressed full support regarding the proposal. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Calling item number 32, 378 to 380 Center LLC, doing business as the Behan Cafe, located at 380 Center Street in Jamaica Plain, has applied for a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above 2,150 square feet total, approximately 1,300 square feet in one room with main dining and bar seating on ground level, kitchen prep and restrooms in rear of premise, approximately 850 square foot basement for storage, main entrance exit on Center Street, with additional emergency egress in the rear of premises. Manager Michelle Sotani, closing time 1 a.m. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon.
Good afternoon again. Kristen Scanlon for the applicant. With us this afternoon is owner and previously approved manager of record by this board, Michelle Soltani. Seated next to him is his longtime general manager, Michelle Flynn, as well. As you know, the proposal before you this afternoon is an application for a new neighborhood restricted all alcohol license for a proposed new neighborhood cafe and French bistro / wine bar, which will serve coffee, pastries, light breakfast, lunch, and dinner. By way of background, Mr. Soltani is a longtime business and community leader in Mission Hill and the Jamaica Plain neighborhood. He currently owns and operates the Brendan Bean Pub on Center Street, which he has owned for nearly 20 years and which has served as an anchor business of Hyde Square and JP for decades. He also previously owned Mission Bar and Grill on Huntington Ave as well. The longtime management of the pub under Mr. Soltani, which is next door to this proposed location, has always been exemplary, responsible, and considerate of the surrounding neighborhood. He is a very well-liked business owner in the neighborhood. He has a fantastic reputation as a civic-minded and transparent business owner in the Jamaica Plain neighborhood. For this particular proposal and new business, as Attorney Green read into the record, the square footage of the space is approximately 2,100 square feet, which is split between the main level of the restaurant and the basement level, with proposed seating for 37 and daily hours of operation from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. We would hope that the board doesn't question the character and fitness of this applicant, as again, he is a longtime business owner previously approved by this board for several other locations within the neighborhood and the city of Boston. He is a trusted member of the community who has invested into the neighborhood for decades, is committed and wants to see it thrive and bring welcomed food and drink options to the neighborhood. This particular unique combination concept has been largely and widely well received by the neighborhood and supportive of a business that is running all day long and providing a gathering place for those in the neighborhood. We would submit as well that this is the exact type of business contemplated by the legislation for the neighborhood restricted licenses. It is a small business, also minority and immigrant owned, which is part of the integral fabric of our Boston communities. They really do bring life and vibrancy to the neighborhood. Additionally, this particular proposed business is filling a vacant storefront at this location that has sat empty, I believe, for almost a year at this point. And being able to reactivate the space will create more safe spaces in the neighborhood. There are also not many breakfast options in the neighborhood, so they'll be adding to that, which is a welcome addition that we heard echoed through a large part of the community process as well. Mr. Shultani also always aims with his businesses to provide a family-oriented atmosphere, as menu items that are at affordable price points, which is important to the owner as well. As far as community process is concerned, we did meet with the Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council in August and October of 2025. We also had an abutters meeting in July of 2025. Dozens of folks attended and all were in strong support. I know the board is in receipt of upwards of 60 support letters, including from City Councilor Weber, former State Rep Sanchez, and nearby business owners and residents as well, including immediate abutters who live directly above the proposed business. This particular place, it's a special place in a diverse part of Boston, and having another restaurant option, having the bistro next to the pub would be a great opportunity for folks in this particular neighborhood. We also heard that folks think it's a great addition, it's needed, and what Mr. Sultani does for the neighborhood is he just continues to create vibrancy in the neighborhood, and people are excited to have a breakfast spot open up. He does anticipate opening in spring of this year as well. With that being said, happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. I'm just looking at Google Maps. So this is right next to the pub.
It is.
Okay. Are they connected in any way, like a back hallway?
They are not, no.
Okay. I was just wondering why you wouldn't apply to extend the pub's license to this space, but I'll take a look. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
Not at this time. Thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Mr. Secretary and Commissioners, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. Our office understands this application is supported broadly by the community. Our office hosted an abutters meeting back over the summer. Additionally, the applicants have met with the Jamaica Plain neighborhood, which is supporting this application. And I believe their representative also intends to testify before the board today. With that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I do see Michael Reiskin with his hand raised. Mr. Reiskin, you may please provide your testimony to the board.
My name is Michael Reiskin. I live at 425 South Huntington Avenue in Jamaica Plain, chair of the Public Service Committee of the Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council. We had two hearings on this issue on August 5th and October 7th, 2025. Everybody who came was in support. People are excited on having a coffee shop with a 6 a.m. opening. In Hyde Square, we haven't had a coffee shop for 8 or 10 years, and there were no comments on the 1 a.m. closing. The dual concept was happily accepted and supported by the neighborhood. Mr. Soltani owns this three-story building. There are 3 commercial storefronts on the first floor, and Mr. Soltani will be the manager of 2 of them if this license is approved. So we urge you to pass this application for an all alcohol license at 380 Center Street. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
And finally, calling item number 33, Voltage Park LLC, doing business as Voltage Park Events Center, located at 1260 River Street in Hyde Park, has applied for a general on-premise all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above 4,205 square foot function hall on 1 floor with 1 entrance and 2 exits. Includes waiting lounge, main dining area, bar, private dining area, restrooms, and storage. Manager Vincent Belega. Closing time 1 a.m. Attorney Derek Small. Attorney Small.
Thanks, Attorney Green. Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board. Attorney Derek Small. I have a business address of 51 Dobson Road, Braintree, Mass. With me today is the manager of record, Mr. Vincent Boyega, Mr. Demetrius Jean, and Mr. Robert Tomby, who are the owners as well. So today we're here seeking approval for our application for an on-premise all elk license for the function hall located at 1260 River Street in Hyde Park. The function hall has been operating now for the better part of 6 years, getting 1-day alcohol licenses for the site. We've been serving the community by hosting a number of functions such as wedding receptions, birthday parties, and fundraisers. Mr. Bouyega is on, and he is a U.S. citizen. He is a resident of Massachusetts. He is familiar with the rules and regs of the licensing board in the ABCC, and he has experience in the food and beverage industry. We can stop there. We can answer any questions that the board may have at this time.
Thank you, Attorney Small. Tell me about the capacity of the space.
The capacity,
Go ahead, Vincent, if you want to answer.
214.
Okay. And do you know roughly how many 1-days you have applied for, let's say in the last 3 months?
In the last 3 months, over 60, maybe between 50 and 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, your attorney covered the manager of record questions. With that, I don't have any questions. Commissioners, do you?
Not at this time, thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Mr. Secretary and Commissioner, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on May 28th, 2025, at which no concerns were raised. We're not aware of any concerns from the Hyde Park Neighborhood Association. With that background, our office defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. Have a good day.
Thank you. Those are all the matters before the board today. The board is set to vote tomorrow at 3 p.m. Notice has been posted to the city's website that will adjourn this hearing. Thank you all and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.
Thank you.